Hello and welcome to Before We Break Up Again, a podcast with me, Jessie Cave, and her, Alfie Brown. On this week's hit episode of this podcast, our dog goes insane downstairs at the end and at the beginning of the episode right now, which is when we do. This is at the end of the podcast, but it's the
he calms down.
He calms. He calmed for almost all the episode. Maybe the postman's been. In this episode, we talk about sex a great deal, more than Jessie would ideally like, and now she wants to have a little break from talking about sex. So don't tune in to any future episodes, but this one, very sex-heavy, and then Jessie breaks it up by telling us she's been to Matilda, and that doesn't feel very good in terms of the actual episode as a whole. Now I move on to talk about...
I was trying to make it current, like what have we done this week?
Catherine Ryan's distrust of her partner, which she spoke about on a podcast, I think, to Jamie Lang. It's usually Jamie Lang when it's a podcast. Then that's it. Please sign up to our Patreon. Our new podcast, Cheap Biscuits, our low culture analysis podcast that this week will focus on. This season will focus on Married at First Sight. Season 13 is available on our Patreon, patreon.com/braveclown. Please sign up to our Patreon on the website, not the Apple app. They will charge you more, and we don't get any of that. So why are we giving Apple money? So
there's a normal Patreon episode as well.
And there's a normal Patreon episode that we're about to rebrand rather excitingly. Thank you very much indeed for listening. Take care and goodbye.
And here we are.
Once again, I've got this notepad to make my notes on about things that I might observe throughout the episode.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you notice first?
What do I notice first? This is the way that you've appointed yourself for the episode. I think that you've felt fairly poorly about the way that you've looked in clips recently, and you've decided to just spruce yourself up a little bit for this episode, because I think you were, in terms of how you look...
Go on.
You'd let it slide slightly, hadn't you?
I let it slide.
You just let yourself go a little bit, I think. And you realised that if you want to be a public figure, you've got to put in a little bit more work than you were resting on your laurels slightly, looks-wise, weren't you? And you realised that you actually are in no position to get away with that. So
thank you.
You've had to just...
What about you?
You've done I gave up a long time ago, so I won't be worrying about that sort of thing.
Don't touch my hair. Get off my hair. Yeah, you're right. I also realised that I've been wearing pretty much the same clothes now for a few months. Just because when you have to get up in the morning for school, for the kids, you don't have time to plan an outfit. You barely have time to change knickers, socks, you know.
Do you
I do
change
change my
knickers?
knickers. Yeah, I do.
That's good.
Sometimes no. So if I put on a fresh pair before bed,
if they're like
then
those,
why would you change them in the morning?
The reinforced gusset of the period pant.
Yeah, so fair enough. Yeah,
that they can stay a bit. Could they stay longer, or they have to be changed more regularly?
I think this might be a bit gross for some listeners.
I think a lot of our.
Do you think our listeners are gross?
I think if they gave a shit about that sort of thing, they'd have stopped listening maybe at episode 3 or 4.
Very true. Okay, so basically period pants, which were just what a great invention.
Yeah.
Which I only got for the first time maybe 2 years ago. Have been brilliant. I only wear them at night.
Oh.
And then sometimes in the day, but only for the periods ending.
Only if the period's ending?
Like, so it's not much blood.
Oh, okay.
But I think I've realised, and I don't want to do any research, obviously.
No, of course.
That they expire. You should. I think you should only wear them for. I don't think they last for a long time. I don't think I should be like I'm on probably year 2 of them. I think they're done.
That would be, probably around 24 periods. We're estimating.
Well, not for me, obviously, because I've got polycystic ovaries. So
well, you don't. And
I do.
You don't.
Why do you think I'm lying about this?
Because you said I can't get pregnant. I have polycystic ovaries, and then we had a child together.
Doesn't mean that I was lying about that. It just meant that I ovulated by chance before I got pregnant. It's that I have polycystic
I was aware that you ovulated.
I have.
I was in no doubt as to whether or not you ovulated.
I have polycystic ovaries, Alfie, so I don't have periods every 4 weeks. I have periods every 6 weeks. You should know that by now, okay? You should fucking know that.
Right. So that's 104 divided by...
I don't do maths. You should know that by now.
I don't know anything about you.
We've really had a pretty intense week for admin, haven't we?
I was slightly taken aback when you called them knickers.
What we meant
Knickers?
is it okay to call them pants?
Pants?
What else do you call them?
I suppose we have, for our Australian listeners, who will have more of than ever now due to our
Drawers?
hit Patreon-only podcast, Cheap Biscuits, the low culture analysis podcast that currently is focusing on season 13 of Married at First Sight Australia, available on our Patreon, patreon.com/brave clown. I feel like I want to plug some of Grace Campbell's shows as well, but I'm not sure if that's...
We're not on The Rest is Politics.
Right, sorry, yeah, it's just, it's only that podcast that we plug Grace Campbell's shows and not on the Before We Break Up Again.
He's a nice dad. You know, if our kids had careers in our interest, we would plug them. We would. Fair play.
I think my shame facility would get in the way, but
no,
each to their own.
I don't know. I was thinking about this yesterday as we were watching. I took the kids, the little ones, to see Matilda in London. Are you happy for me to just go on? Or do you want to circle back to anything? Oh,
no,
what about...
I was listening intently.
No, hang on. You haven't said what Australians call pants.
Well, I'm pretty sure that they call pants, like in America, it's the whole pants, trousers debacle.
Oh, right.
It wasn't that important. I thought.
What do they call knickers?
Johns.
Johns.
I've no idea. No, I don't know that. That's not. I was just being funny and silly.
Okay.
But to any Australians, they call flip-flops thongs.
Oh, yes.
They call yogurt, which I think is the worst thing.
Yogurt.
That's, I'm not sure where you're from, but that's...
Yogurt? I'm from Tassie. And I do lots of those accents on Cheap Biscuits.
Well,
Don't you worry. If anyone has followed me since Pindippy days, when my first YouTube series was a series called Flat Whites, where we did an array of Australian accents.
And the theme tune went, it's as simple as toast and Vegemite.
That wasn't a theme tune.
Simple as the first bagel bite.
That was just the song that I made.
Simple as two love-struck magpies making up after a fight.
They're good lyrics, to be fair.
It's called a flat white.
Okay, you absolutely butchered that. It was actually a lot prettier when we did it, but that's fine. Yeah, so I do a lot of Australian accents. If you know what Australians call knickers, write in.
Could you ask me if I like booty?
Do you like booty?
Thank you.
Again, we're going to lose a lot of people that aren't into maths.
I think that one has broad appeal that probably reaches far beyond the limits of just the maths viewer alone.
If
we had
we
a
get
few
married-
comments. Sorry?
If we get married,
Yeah. It's a big if.
I would like someone to shout out, "Do you like booty?" as I walk down the aisle to you.
I do like booty.
You like booty and you like boobs. You're a boobs and booty guy. Which is why we got away for so many years with the boobs I had.
We didn't get away with it.
Got away with it by the skin of our
We
teeth.
didn't get away with it. Would you please not describe?
Sexual chemistry, you know, we kept it alive with my booty.
Been a lot of talk of sexual chemistry, which I think would be an interesting conversation to have beyond just its thematic relevance in Married at First Sight Australia season 13. Sexual chemistry. Do you believe that you can work at sexual chemistry in a relationship? Or do you think that you've either got it or you don't?
I had one relationship where I worked on it and it was fucking hard, but it did work eventually, but it just took a lot of extra work. And I was very practical at the time. So I thought, it would be for the greater good to be in this relationship for my future. I thought I would be safe, and I thought I'd have, like, he really liked me, and that was a plus.
What was it? What was it that made the sexual chemistry?
I just didn't fancy him.
Was it? But Because I'm wondering, when people say the sexual chemistry is wrong, does that mean that you are not sexually attracted to them aesthetically? Or it can mean that, I suppose. Does it mean that they have a rhythm or a way of behaving, an attitude perhaps in bed, some habits, sexual habits that maybe don't align with yours? I mean, it could be any number of these things. I've gone to bed with people and I think they watched too much film.
Porn.
Film.
Oh,
this
film.
isn't actually a porn thing. Porn is
Right.
much more, when, the Diane Lane and Olivier Martinez, I think I've got those names right, are on a stairs and they're having an affair, and it's almost violent the way that they fuck. Like it's ripping open shirts and stuffing cocks in, and she's crying and she's saying, "I want you to fuck me," and it's so hot because the betrayal is part of what furnishes their desire. And that where it's an immediate, frenzied, agitated fuck that is, do you want to swallow that coffee? Fucking hell, how long are you going to keep that coffee in your mouth
It's
for?
water. It's water.
Well, it's how long are you going to keep that in your mouth? Anyway, do you know what I mean? I do.
Yeah. It's almost like dance.
Shove your drawers down, stick you up against the wall and start fucking just immediately.
Yeah. That is a very film thing.
And that, if the mood takes you and that they're through some tacit sexual understanding of each other, you know that is the right move to make in that moment once. That's great. Well done. You lucked out. But every time, that's bollocks. It's not going to be the way that you fuck every time. With a partner, that's the way that you fuck Olivier Martinez when you're having an affair behind Richard Gere's back.
Yes.
Before he kills Olivier Martinez with an ashtray. Spoilers.
True.
Have you seen that film?
I think I have, yeah. But remember, I don't remember things.
No, Unfaithful.
No, I'm faithful.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's the name of the film.
yeah, I know.
I know you know. I was telling you.
I was joking. I was going to make a joke about the traitors, but I couldn't be bothered.
No. It's always good for everybody to know that you are. You're thinking about making jokes, even if ultimately you can't be bothered. It's the free episode. I suppose maybe you'll bother on the Patreon.
I think I bother more on the. No, I don't know. I bother as much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
fair.
always bothered.
Yeah.
Or unbothered by the desire to make jokes.
I understand what you mean. I don't think I've ever had those kind of dance, extremely expressive sexual trysts have not been. Yeah, that's not something that we engage in.
Where the people, where everybody looks angry with each other.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever actually done that. Maybe we did that once or twice when we were broken up and we had sex, which did feel a bit performative, but it was fun.
No, that felt urgent.
Okay.
And
Only in hotels as well. It would only happen in a hotel. Like, we can't have much performative sex at home with 4 kids sleeping. We have to be quite,
One time when we were broken up, you came over to where I was living just to fuck and then immediately left. That was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, we've done a few things like that. But I don't really, in books as well, when they write about sex and they're like, and then he bit my forearm and his teeth went up to my armpit and the saliva dripped down my chest and he licked it off my rib cage. It's like, I would be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well,
why are you biting my forearm?
You read a lot of female writers.
I only read female writers.
And I read predominantly male writers and Iris Murdoch. So I remember sex in literature quite differently to the way that you do.
Well, I know
nobody bites anybody forearms. It's all just. And then she sucked him off on a chaise longue.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. The Franzen that I have recently read, it was kind of shocking. And also, this is where he gets it from. Stuff like,
Me?
A lot of it, I was like, okay, I get the kind of where you've got some of your sexual issues.
From
Not that you-
Jonathan Franzen.
Not that you have many sexual issues.
Or maybe all men are mental with this same particular affliction. Hey, can I move the conversation along?
No, you're going too fast. Slow down.
Sorry.
It's really annoying.
I have something I'm going to make
yeah.
a note.
Have you taken something? What's going on?
I'm just very enthusiastic to do the podcast well today.
Okay, that's good.
'Cause I've been phoning it in
For weeks.
for some time. In the same way that you, I think the fact
Just
that
use it again. Just slow down.
you look, because you look so good today. I'm
Just slow the fuck down.
Making
Okay?
an effort, okay.
Calm down.
sorry.
I don't think that. I think probably some couples do have quite elaborate sex each time, but they probably don't have. They probably don't have a bedtime and a school run to do, and that's probably the explorative sex you do mainly in your 20s and 30s, I think, early 30s. And I'm not envious of that anymore. I think I was initially when I heard about that and I read about sex like that, I would be quite jealous. But now,
Sorry, what's the sex like again?
explorative.
Explorative. You
Like-
want to be having more explorative sex?
No, I don't. I mean, like, role play and outfits, and like you said, like
You don't want to go
different locations and
to like Ulaanbaatar.
up against the door.
Oh, right. That's
like
what you mean.
hitting and like biting and that kind of stuff. I don't feel that that's what I'm trying to say is that the initial question was, can you work at sexual chemistry? And those things, those props really, or those act outs do help with sexual chemistry because you're imagining something and you're being affected by a prop or a scenario. I think they do help with sexual chemistry, but I think if it's not there, I think it's really hard to fabricate in the long run, and eventually you just get tired. And I think there's something so nice about having a natural sexual chemistry because the baseline is very satisfactory, and that's all you want. I mean, you do want explosive, amazing, weird sex sometimes, but at the end of the day, you want something that's just nice and regular. And if you have to work at nice and regular, then it's probably not going to work.
Well, I've never felt quite this depressed about our sex.
What do you mean? I'm saying that this isn't about you or me. This is about the idea of sexual chemistry and can you build it? We do have explorative sex.
Okay.
We do. We're going to try tantric. Come on.
Yeah, that's what we've not got time for.
Yeah.
We're late for school! Mummy and Daddy, we're late for school! We're in the 13th hour! Leave us alone!
Sting and Trudy really, it was like they invented tantric sex. That's
Well, they could afford childcare.
Yeah. Have you ever had to work at fancying someone in a relationship?
Yeah.
Have you ever fancied them initially and then stopped fancying them, but then
Yeah.
been like, oh shit, I have to stay together now?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
With me?
No, but I'm not doing who again. But no, not you.
Okay, cool. And then how did that transpire? How did you work through it?
By
Breaking up.
terminating the relationship. I've also been in a relationship where I've felt like I was the one who was being rejected by the lack of sex, and that in the relationship it became a very pajama based relationship. and we were both very desexualized to each other, I think. And
So you almost become friends?
not
just
even
friends?
that.
You weren't even friends?
No, I think we were friends, but I think it's quite hard. Like, what's a friendship? You can't, like, for me and Vaz, our friendship has never suffered because we aren't fucking. because we've never fucked and there is no expectation that we should ever fuck. I think were Vaz and I having regular sex and then it stopped, I think our friendship would be harder to maintain if one of the foundational things about the relationship was the fact that we had regular sex and enjoyed it. I think the whole notion of a friendship that exists independently, running smoothly alongside this passionate sexual relationship that can fluctuate in quality without the relationship between these two things not being interactive is completely rubbish.
Yeah, that's so true, and that's evident with us. If we're having regular sex, we get on a lot better, and if we don't, I hate you.
Yeah, so this is much more based around your need for regular sex, and
I just need it to feel light.
Yeah, I know, but we've already clipped that.
Yeah,
up
we've already done that,
and received.
But it's true.
Many criticisms about
from towards me.
Well, some praising your honesty.
Well, anyway, I went to see Matilda. I went to see Matilda for the 5th time this week. Took a day trip to London.
How does it? Will you take the kids next time? Because I think they'd love to see it.
I took the 2 little ones because it's our youngest's 4th birthday.
Yeah.
This week, which is terrifying for me. And we went to see Matilda. There is a reason why it's so long running. I mean, I think it's now been something like 15 years.
Billion. Oh, right. 15 years.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know how long it's been running. I'm pretty sure it was the same Miss Honey, but she just had lots of surgery, maybe. It was brilliant. They loved it. They loved it so much. But it did make me think, because we were talking, about whether you would have shame if you promoted our son, say, on this podcast. It did make me think about if they showed interest in going into acting, say, what would I do? How would I react? And how would I help them or not help them? And for instance, I think I have a connection with somebody maybe at Matilda. Like I could probably, I was just thinking, because I would absolutely love to be a stage mum. I would be so good at it, wouldn't I?
No.
I would be so good. I would be so comforting if they didn't get the parts, and I would help them with the learning, and I would love being on set with them and chaperoning. I would love it. It would be for me. And
that's why it's not good.
No, of course, and that's why we're not doing it. But I do feel like.
But yes, I agree. Practically, you'd be very good at all of that bullshit. Yeah.
Maybe I should be a chaperone. No, I would hate to be a chaperone.
It's just that acting is no job for anybody with dignity, is it?
No, that's just not true. The problem is with kid actors, and I have been around so many in my time, none of them end up. I mean, I'm sure some do, but not ones that I've witnessed and known for a prolonged period of time have ended up happy. Like they've all been kind of scarred by the fact that they haven't lived up to their peak, which was in their childhood.
I'd go further than that. I'd say just all actors. I think that there is one happy actor.
Who?
Paul Mescal. And he's the only one. He looks like he's having a fabulous time. And he looks very normal. He seems to have maintained his sanity and his relationship with the real world in a way that other people haven't. I think, but he's also there's a simple quality to Paul Mescal.
I don't think you don't hear the rumors then. I mean there are some rumors. Obviously, we're not going to talk about them now, but I think you've got
brilliant.
Basic.
Well, I hope you're all getting your money's worth.
Allegedly, he goes on dates with, or he did. He would go on dates with women allegedly and then run away.
That's to coin a phrase, good crack.
I actually think it's great. Yeah, I would find that quite funny.
But run away.
They just leave, like be walking somewhere and then just run away.
Yeah, that's great. That seems like he's engaged with his sense of fun. He's in his 20s still, so he can get away with that.
He's in his 20s still.
Yeah. He just seems like a kind of an innocent man.
No, I really like him. I think he's fucking good too. But in terms of child actors, I was watching these kids on stage and looking at our kids looking so longingly and thinking, they're trying so hard on stage, every single movement and running off stage, and some of them are still kind of in character. I could see as they went into the wings, and just thinking about their day and their schedule, and thinking they're missing time off school, they're having to have lessons in between, they're probably living out of London, they're traveling, they're living away from home, away from their siblings. I was just thinking about the entire thing, knowing what I know about the industry and how it works.
Were you thinking this while the show was on?
Yeah. Because I was watching some of them, and I was pretending like, right, if I was the casting director, who would I pick who would I think is going to be a star?
Not the most engaging musical, then.
Well, I've seen it 5 times.
And the 98 times that we've watched it at home.
Exactly. And also, there are loads of problems with it that haven't aged well.
Mm-hmm.
So I did get a little bit bored and frustrated with it. But some of the songs are, I think, some of the best. Anyway, I was watching and I was thinking about, I would pick that one because I think she's got this energy, her look, everything. But then I was thinking, but then what happens when she's an adult? And, does she go to university? Does she keep working? If she just keeps working from now, is she going to be, by the time she's 25, she's going to be exhausted? And I was going through all these problems in my head, and I was thinking, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth putting your kids through that. Because yes, they're having a great time right now, but they're basically workhorses from being a child. So don't worry, I'm not going to put our kid up for ballet lessons.
I think it's quite mad that I was thinking this about football the other day, like the only reason that football matters is because we all agree it does. And if we stopped agreeing that it mattered, it wouldn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
It's all, and obviously this is the way that thousands of things work. It only matters. But the veneration of actors as people with key roles in the creative industry landscape is insane, given how they are sort of subsidiary participants to people like writers and directors. Creatively, they are, I suppose it's the same as, when that point I made when Dapper Laughs got cancelled, it was him who bore the brunt of it. None of the people who made the program with him, who all knew what he was like, suffered in any way. So there's that gift that comes with the curse of being like forgotten about when a film's coming out. Like nobody knows who wrote whatever film.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, okay.
I don't know anything. I've just nodded along. I'm like, what?
Well,
I know what you mean about footballers, though. They all went to school today in football outfits for Red Nose Day.
Yeah.
Every single child.
That's because they support Liverpool. What are the Everton fans wearing for Red Nose Day? That's what I want to know.
Every single child will be wearing.
Let's try and see if I just made any sense, because I was sort of wondering whether I did or not at the time as I was talking. So let's go back over it very quickly and see if we can make sense of it. Football only matters because we agree it matters. So it's like a delusion that we all agree on together. And it's the same thing of acting, the veneration and celebration of actors and their craft above those like directors and writers is insane, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Because actors are, just to quote that line from Friends, talking props, which is slightly unfair, but also very funny. And also they are creatively less involved in what makes a film than the writer or director. They are arguably more easily replaced creatively in what makes a film than the writer and director. But in terms of how we see, think and understand film, and who gets interviewed and who gets to have these earnest, it's a really important film for me, and I just, acting saved my life. If I wasn't an actor, then I'd just be, in a bin somewhere, just drinking booze. And acting saved my life. It's a really troubled and dark process, but That's how I found.
Are you being Jason Momoa right now?
No, I'm being
Hugh Jackman.
Jacob Elordi.
All right. Overrated, yeah. Okay, go on.
That's my only point.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I think the coverage of the Oscars this week and the awards season in general is just nauseating.
That said, we did want to, before we break up again, we wanted to send our collective congratulations, didn't we, to Jessie Buckley. A generational talent finally getting the recognition she deserves. And I've never been happier to see. If anybody hasn't listened to her Desert Island Discs yet, then it comes highly recommended from both me and Jessie's mum. Was talking to us the other day about how much she enjoyed. She just is so down to earth, and to be that talented and successful and still be that down to earth. You know, maybe it's her and Paul Mescal that are the two most mentally well actors currently in show business. Maybe it's an Irish thing. Who knows? Yeah. But yes, congratulations to Jessie Buckley. We just wanted to say that, didn't we?
I wonder if anyone gets that joke.
I think they get it.
Okay. Have I talked about Jessie Buckley a lot?
No, but I think they get it.
Oh, right. Okay, cool.
I think they just get that you are affected by actor rivalry, jealousy, something like that. What would you call
I wouldn't say rivalry. That would put me in the race.
I know, I was being kind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Jealousy.
Extreme jealousy. Yeah. Like,
so that's what I was playing.
ugly jealousy.
Yeah, that's what I was playing.
Yeah, cool.
I don't
so
suffer
much
with
so that once I was in a coffee shop with her, and I
Jessie
just
Buckley.
Yeah, and I just couldn't stop staring at her.
She's beautiful.
I was like, "What coffee are you ordering? What coffee are you ordering?"
Yeah,
Jessie
flat
Buckley?
white. I knew you would, you bitch.
Yeah. She of course did.
Oh yeah,
of course she did.
a muffin. You're not going to eat that muffin. That's
I
muffin as performance.
I think she would. I think she would eat a muffin. You know, because she's down to earth and she's likable.
Oh, I just love muffins.
And she's got good teeth.
She does have great teeth. Gorgeous face.
Right. Anyway, moving on. Anyway, move the fuck on. Why have you written down Catherine Ryan?
Catherine Ryan. I wanted to write down Catherine Ryan's name because I wanted to talk about something I heard her say on a podcast, which actually thematically follows better on from the sex conversation that we were having. But we've had a little bit of a Matilda palate cleanser, and now it's back to fucking.
Can I just finish the Matilda thing quickly by saying I don't think I would help this is awful, but I don't think I would help my kids in the same way. I don't think I could be a Nepo mum. And that's just because I don't think I could ever do that.
Why?
Because I'm too much of a bitch. I think Nepo babies who have really positive parents who are constantly helping them and bringing them to it's such a lovely thing. I really, really think it is. I don't see anything wrong with it. I think why not let them get opportunities because of their parents. I don't think I could do that because I've been too because I'm too afraid of them getting hate.
Right. Okay. So it's not a jealousy thing.
It's not a jealousy thing. It's kind of a jealousy thing because I don't think that I want them to work hard for what they get. I want them to see the value in working hard. And I think that some Nepo babies do work really, really hard. But yeah, I think that they whatever the case, they will get hate. And why would you do that to your kids? Why would you put them in an arena where they could get that much hate? But then I guess if they want to go into the same profession, then and if they change their names and they change their identities, then there's like no way of them not getting hate.
Yep. Claudia Winkleman, very hardworking.
Yeah, she's a Nepo baby. Yeah, but that's a kind of the thing is that it's so unfair. Some Nepo babies just get away with it because their parents were like in radio or like in broadcasting rather than being like an actor or yeah. That's not that interesting conversation. Sorry.
No, I was interested by it, but I was.
Would you help if Donnie said he wanted to be a stand-up comedian? What would you do?
Help him.
Yeah, you would help him. With Margot, I've said to her if she wants to be an actress, which I don't think will be an existent job when I think that the world is completely fucked, that all things won't be the same in even 5 years' time.
Yeah.
But at this point, when they say, "Oh, what do you want to do?" Of course, she says, "Keep it light." Well, at this point, I'm like, no, you're all going to be, you're going to do practical jobs that save the world. Actually, you don't have the luxury of thinking you're going to be a actor or a singer. Like, it's awful to think of. I'm sorry to be so depressing, but with Margot at this point, she says she wants to be a singer. And I say to her, "Oh, that's great. Yeah, if you want to be a singer, you write all your songs. That's if you're going to be a singer, you learn to play an instrument, you write your songs. And if you want to be an actress, you write a monologue or you write a play."
I agree.
Cool.
I very much agree.
And I am buying drums. I'm going to buy drums.
Okay, well, you're going to need to make space for them somewhere. I would suggest right where that trampoline is. So you have to get rid of the trampoline if you want to.
The trampoline's staying forever.
Well, you can't have drums and a trampoline in the house. No, but you can't have drums and a trampoline. There is some, like, there has to be some compromise. There are some things that I want.
In a band. I want them to be in a band. I want them to create the Beatles.
Who's who?
So we're gonna have 2 lead singers like John and Paul.
Who are they?
Our 2 boys.
We've got 3.
Yeah, but our 2 little boys.
Okay.
And then Donnie will be their manager, and Margot will be the singer dancer.
That's not the Beatles, is it?
Okay, so we need another. We need
because there's 4 of them.
We need to have another child. Right. We just need to have a 4th boy because it will be a boy. We'll have another child. Yeah, we'll have another child after my second boob job. We'll have another child.
When are you having your second boob job?
In 5 years' time.
Right, but in 5 years' time. In 5 years' time, the whole world will be different, and acting will no longer be a job.
Yeah, so
but
everyone will have boob jobs.
We are going to have more boob jobs, and put our children into a band
to save the world.
To save the world.
Yeah.
And what am I doing at this point?
You're dead. yeah. So that's why they need to get practicing. Yeah. Okay, go on then. Catherine Ryan, what'd she say?
She has said, don't worry, I can hear it. She said that every man is one bad decision away from exploding their entire life. She says, she was asked, like, do you trust your husband? She said, no. And like, she remembers what he did to her at school, etc. I'm trying to remember the quotes as faithfully as I can. But her ultimate point, I think, is that, like, men can leave the house one evening with the best intentions in the world and then wind up with their face in a sex worker's asshole.
Sniffing cocaine.
Sure, I don't take that, but and I've never hired a sex worker.
No, that's what she said.
Yeah, no, I know. But I'm just saying, for me, I think it would be... You just
want to sniff the asshole.
I just want to sniff the asshole for free.
Yeah.
I don't have the money.
You're so drunk you wouldn't pay any...
I don't have the money, and I think I'd feel bad asking you to pay.
Send you some money, yeah.
Can you send me some money because I want to... It's just for some coke and a sex worker.
Yeah.
Would it make you less jealous if you were paying for it?
I don't think I'd be jealous at all if I knew about it and I knew every single detail. Like, yeah, you can do that. Just tell me every single detail. I want to know everything.
So if I was on tour in Newcastle, and you'd be okay with me buying a blowjob just before bedtime?
No, Alfie. No, I'm not. I know, but I'm just saying if it happened.
But if I told you everything? What if I was on the phone to you at the time?
I don't think... I think I'd be more okay with you. It's not that I'm like, I'm pro sex work.
Sure. That's obviously not the question.
No, but I think I prefer it not to be a sex work. I prefer it to be just a woman.
Oh,
like
right.
a not sex. Like, I prefer you not to buy it. I prefer you not to buy it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Is that just because we're trying to save money?
No, it's just I just don't like the idea of you organizing it. If it happens and you're in that situation, I would prefer it to, like, if you go to Newcastle with the idea that you're going to buy a blowjob, that's where it's like, well, what the fuck is going on? If it's something that just happened, then, I mean, obviously I don't want you to do that.
No, and I almost certainly won't.
But I don't trust you, so.
No, so you don't trust me?
No,
no.
Of course not.
Okay, cool.
Do you trust me?
No, not to like what I trust you. I trust you where it matters, yeah. But I don't think
I don't trust you where it matters.
But where does it matter?
Okay, it matters. Okay, so it does matter, and I trust you in places like the kids.
Mm-hmm. You trust that I love you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I trust that you love me. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I do trust you love me.
this would be a slog if I didn't love you.
Yeah,
this fucking life would be diabolically shit.
I do trust that you love me. Do you trust that I love you?
Yes.
Loser. I do trust. I do trust that you love me.
Can I see that bit of stuff?
Sorry. Oh. I do trust that you love me. I do trust that you would do anything for the kids.
I wouldn't.
Really?
Well, not anything. I would do a lot. Yes, I would do most. Yes, I would sacrifice myself.
Yes, same.
For them, yeah.
Same.
So yeah, I suppose that's as good, as close to anything as you could possibly get. I suppose my point with Catherine Ryan, I was just interested in it as an idea because first of all, I enjoy it. I like the honesty. When I'm writing about this, like I think I'll write, I clap back at Catherine Ryan. That'll be quite a good clickbait, won't it? But in real terms, I think that she makes a lot of sense and I like it. What I would say is that, like, if you're saying I don't trust men, like, the only part that I disagree with, and I'm reading between the lines here, is the implied culpability of all men. Like, if all men have this, then it's inherent, isn't it? It's an inherent trait. It's a characteristic of the sex. It's chromosomally inbuilt into me to be this. So that's not my fault.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think women are capable of as much as men, though. I don't know. I think her point is that men are more easily fooled by image. So if they see something, I don't know, the a cartoon image of a woman would be, big boobs, tiny waist, big bum, like if I guess they're more likely to fall fall in traps. I think women are more.
Yes, but that's precisely it. Falling in a trap is you've fallen into a trap. The trap was laid. Like, that wasn't you. That wasn't a premeditated.
If somebody is dangling themselves in front of you, I think men are just, with alcohol and, whatever involved.
Yeah, testosterone.
I think it's quite difficult to. It takes a very strong, loyal, intelligent man, I think, to say no to something that's being thrown in your face. And also, it could be any. I think like what I just said about the cartoon thing of the big boobs. Well, I actually don't mean that. I think men, any attention that comes at them, any physical touch that comes at them unexpectedly, I think that it is. I mean, I saw this firsthand recently with somebody who was just, I got to know, who was just incredibly tactile. And I'd never seen it before. So much so, like with everybody, like touching.
Fingering.
No, just, it was so charming and disarming because you were just like, oh, wow, I'm being, men and women, like I'm being touched. And she, it was just amazing really to see the effect on each person that was in this, who was in their presence. So yeah, it did make me think, oh, it's actually quite easy. If I just suddenly became a really tactile, affectionate person, if I had been that all along, maybe I would have had a lot more luck, but I'm too scared.
Smiling with blinkless eye contact. No. No. That's not it. That's not it. Cool. That ain't it.
Fuck you.
You still want a massage?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's right to I don't think it's such a big deal to say I don't trust my partner. I think it's good to say that. You shouldn't trust your partner. You shouldn't trust anybody. You should just completely be aware that anyone could fuck you over at any point, even your husband, even your wife. Like, if you think that you've got to be prepared for someone to hurt you, betray you, and that doesn't mean you're shutting yourself down from love and being open to it. But you just got to, like, it's ridiculous to think that somebody's never ever gonna fall into a trap or betray you, or that they could leave at any second. Like, I just think that's why marriage in general to me is mad. It's like, don't. Why would this person never hurt you? Like, you don't know. I mean, you can still be open. I mean,
I don't know what it's like to be a woman, clearly. The way in which I've always understood the difference and how we as different sexes, genders, organize our own lust seems to be that for men, it like reaches a point where your lust overrides all of your other your brain's kind of logical network, and you go, now I just am demented by my desire to fuck. Whereas women might have the same lust, but they are able to compartmentalize and think more pragmatically in the moment. This is also going into the conversation that we had the other day about, I can't remember what it was about. Was it about your breasts maybe? But if you said something like, if men got pregnant, then the whole system, and I went, well, yeah, but if men got pregnant, then men wouldn't be like the whole operation.
Oh no, it was the thing I saw on Substack about if men got pregnant and the change happened to their body, they had to go through, the pregnancy, the birth, the afterbirth, the breastfeeding, the hormones, the postnatal depression, potentially the complete disruption of their former identity, at least for a while. If that happened, then, well, first of all, there'd be less children. Men would have, it just wouldn't, we'd be in a completely different world.
Of course, but I think the hypotheticals like that are always so nonsensical, because the whole founding principle of the patriarchy is that we don't. So of course it would be different, because like this transcendental, you through the act of birth and pregnancy are in communion with the universe and have a real close-up and tactile sense of what it is to exist and create. It's unbelievably magical, and I will never have that. And that's a sense, I think in all men there's a sense of great despair. So there is a longing to create meaning elsewhere, which is why, we're all murdering all the time and whatnot. And, we need to go to Iran. Why? Because I've never given birth. I'm not sure to what extent this is a kind of a huge and maybe vile oversimplification, but it does strike me that whenever anybody says, if men gave birth, well, yeah, but we are men because we don't. And it is what fucks us, that it means that we are the way we are because we don't.
Yeah.
So of course it would be different. That's all I was saying.
I kind of agree with you in all of that.
Great.
I also don't want to. It's difficult. I think a therapist would have quite a good time analyzing my distrust, but I think distrust is. I don't think distrust is bad.
I also think, I think a lot of people listening would think it is bad, and a lot of people listening would completely understand what you mean. I think that there's different kinds of trust. Trust in what has happened, trust in what will happen. I trust you to be truthful with me. I trust you to be there for me if I need you. I trust you not to fuck anybody else. I don't trust you not to fuck anybody else, ever. But I don't really, because you might.
I think that's, again, I think the fact that our relationship is we've had so many different stages of it, and it's evolved into so many different things over time. And now we're in this place, we remember the states that we were.
Yeah.
And in some of those states, we weren't together and we could fuck other people or whatever. And I think that.
We were together.
And so I think that we're not in a normal situation in that way. So I think the trust is probably harder, actually.
But I think it makes it easier because, we did do that and told, and now it's.
But I remember, and that's the problem. Like, I remember how I felt in certain situations in the past with you. And that's also not making out that you did anything necessarily wrong. But I think it's really hard to forget stuff like that. In a way, we're in a completely new relationship now.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. And I think that's something that, again, people don't really talk about enough. Like, we're we've basically dissolved many times and come back to life as a couple, which is, I think, really healthy, and I think and absolutely necessary in order to last. But I don't know. I think there's too many. I think that I completely agree with Catherine Ryan, but that's not to say I do. I'm sure that there are some men that wouldn't be fooled by certain situations, but at the end of the day, if you're fucked, if you've got loads of alcohol or whatever in you, and something happens, and you're at a place where somebody's right there, like, it's probably going to happen.
I read a study once that said that, like, intelligence, measurable intelligence, was always higher in men who were A, secular, non-religious, and B, monogamous. Because to be secular and to be monogamous, you are betraying your most primal desires to A, not die, and to imagine something large, to have some reason, to find some purpose higher than yourself is a very natural thing for a brain that suddenly learns to self-conceptualize, to go, fuck, well, then I'm going to die. To be able to perceive that is the necessity then to create a god to take your mind off it is pretty huge. And then monogamy, we only came down out the trees 2,000 years ago, so, or 3, 4, whatever it was. Yeah.
I think that's completely right. Yeah. I think it's such a distraction thinking of all the possibilities, all the people that you haven't, fucked, or the experiences you haven't had, where to focus on the life that you have and the person you're with and the life you're building is a really amazing thing. And I think whenever big things happen in our life where we realize, oh God, actually what matters is being here and, our health and the kids and the little things are what matters. And it's such a relief to not be in the phases that we have been in before. And I think that is ultimately why I want to be monogamous, because it just saves so much time.
You want to be monogamous?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll start that now. Okay. Sorry, girls and boys.
Right. Okay.
On the Have a Word podcast the other day, I did a clip about how this is true as well, so I don't know how you feel about this, but I want to have sex with a man because I don't want to have died and not done that. And in my Instagrams, I've got a lot of offers.
Have you? Okay, cool.
And it feels pretty great.
You should go for it.
And and it's two like pretty attractive blokes as well.
Okay, cool. Go for it. I think you should.
I'm not, because I
think you should, just to know how it feels. I
went onto his Instagram profile, and there's a photo of him, one of them, and he's wearing jeans, topless, with a cowboy hat. And I looked at that and went, gay. But again, fuck him.
Yeah, you look gay sometimes. You dress quite gay sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should go for it. I really, really do think you should go for that.
Would you need all the details? I'd probably be fine.
Yes. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay. Of course. Remember your mistakes, Alfie, okay?
Okay, not enough details.
Lack of detail.
So if I was going to make love with somebody within our relationship, would you want me to call you up? Because there was a comedian who used to be in an open relationship. We all knew he was in an open relationship because he would tell everybody the whole time. And he'd go, hey, I won't do his accent. Hey, I want to sleep with this person tonight. Can I? And then she'd say yes, and then she'd say the same thing to him, and he'd say yes, whatever. But that element of, I realize now that any desire that I ever had to sleep with anybody else is so much less than my desire to take on more
admin. Yeah, I know. It's pathetic.
It's just not worth it.
Yeah. So you're never going to do it?
No.
Yeah. Whereas,
but with the bloke, can I call you up afterwards and say, I'm in Newcastle.
I'm uncomfortable now.
Oh, why are you?
Yeah. No, I want to stop talking about this now.
Okay.
Yeah, we also have 3 more podcasts to record now. And
we don't have 3 more podcasts to record.
Yeah. And you got to help me with some OnlyFans stuff today.
Okay.
So
and we've got some more.
I won't fit in the corset anymore, though, will I? I won't fit in that fucking corset.
Oh, you will.
No, I won't.
We'll get you in that corset.
Okay. This has been a strange episode. This has been a bit too revealing, I think.
Oh, really?
Mm.
That's a shame. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, we completely have different opinions about when it's good and not.
Yeah.
The Matilda bit just doesn't sit right.
We should edit the Matilda bit out, really.
We should just cut that out completely.
Sex. I saw Matilda the other day. Did you now? Monogamy, sex, monogamy, Catherine Ryan.
We're talking a lot about sex at the moment. I think we need to stop.
Yeah, but that's just fine. It's a natural phase. People like it's.
We've talked so much about boobs and sex. We need to talk more about, the important issues of the day.
Yeah. Okay. Well, tune in next week for our
nutrition episode.
For our American Israel Iran war episode.
Right. Okay.
What I'd like to hear is Alistair Campbell and Rory Stewart talk about sex. How often are they doing it? Not with each other.
That genuinely is something I'd like to know. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm fascinated by it. I mean, we talk so much about the racist politics.
Yeah, we hear I hear their voices more than I hear most of my friends.
No, we actually listen to the newsagents way more.
You do?
No, we do. We listen to the newsagents every night as we go to sleep. We fall asleep, to be fair, but we do listen to them. We don't listen to the rest of them.
What are their names?
Emily, John.
Lewis,
who's my favourite.
I find it hard to tell Lewis and John apart.
No, come on.
Thank you very much indeed for listening. Sorry I made you feel uncomfortable.
It's okay. You just touched my boob.
I know.
It really hurt.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise it hurt. I thought.
Of course it hurts.
But I was nowhere near this.
Yeah, this is the bit that hurt.
I know, I didn't touch that bit.
You did. The dog is upset.
The dog's upset. Okay, goodbye.